Good afternoon, folks. Today's topic A is understanding um, long term care for seniors. Okay, so we're going to dig into that for everyone's FYI this afternoon for A. Here we go. Only 23% of US adults correctly understand that about 70% of people who reach age 65 will eventually need long term care. A knowledge gap that leaves millions financially unprepared as healthcare costs rise and personal savings shrink. The deeper story behind the statistic: most Americans dramatically underestimates the likelihood of needing long-term care, even though 7 in 10 older adults will require help with daily activities such as bathing, dressing, eating, or moving around. This misunderstanding comes from the 2025 PFN PFN index, a nationally representative survey that tests retirement and financial literacy. The long-term care question had the lowest correct response rate of all 6 retirement fluency questions, revealing a blind spot with real financial consequences. Long-term care is not a niche issue. It is the part of aging that Medicare mostly does not cover. Yet it is often the most expensive and prolonged form of support older adults need. Many people assume Medicare will pay for in-home aids or assisted living, but it generally covers only short-term skilled nursing after a hospitalization, not the ongoing custodial care that most older adults need eventually require. Why this gap matters more now. The misunderstanding is happening at the same time that healthcare spending is accelerating. US personal consumption on healthcare reached 3.7 or 3.4 or 3.74 trillion in March 2026, a year-over-year increase of 277.7 billion, outpacing every other major service. Category. Meanwhile, the personal savings rate has fallen from 6.2% in early 2024 to 4.0 in early 2026, leaving households with thinner financial cushions. Just as long-term care costs rise faster than general inflation, general inflation. This combination, high odds of needing care, low awareness, rising costs, and declining savings, creates a perfect storm for retirees who may be budgeting for a future that doesn't match reality. What this means for real people: understanding long-term care needs can lead to underestimating long-term care needs, can lead to underfunded retirements, forcing people to spend down assets quickly, unexpected reliance on family caregivers who may already be stretched thin. Premature Medicaid enrollment, which requires asset spend down and limits care choices. Higher vulnerability to health and financial shocks, especially for those living alone. The knowledge gap is not evenly distributed. Research shows that men tend to score higher than women on retirement fluency questions. And Asian and white respondents outperform other demographic groups, disparities that can compound existing inequities in retirement security. How to plan more realistically. Because long-term care is both likely and costly, planning early can dramatically reduce risk. Consider modeling realistic scenarios. Estimate the cost of 1 to 3 years of home care, assisted living, or nursing home care in your region. Evaluating insurance options: traditional long-term care insurance, hybrid life, LTC policies, or annuity-based products, each having different cost benefit profiles. Strengthening savings: even modest increases in retirement contributions can help offset future care costs. Preparing legal documents: power of attorneys, advance directives, and care preferences help ensure smoother decision making later. The bottom line: the study findings is more than just a trivia statistic. It's a warning. Most Americans are planning for retirement with incorrect give me 1 second, folks, assumptions about one of the biggest expenses. As healthcare costs rise and saving rates fall, understanding the true odds of needing long-term care becomes not just helpful, but essential for protecting independence, dignity, and financial stability later in life. Okay, here Here's the second half of A for you. Most Americans are underestimating a major retirement cost. Only about 23% correctly know, and that roughly 70% of people who reach age 65 will need some form of long term care, leaving many retirees financially exposed. Key facts at a glance. Only 23% of U.S. adults answered the long-term care odds question correctly on the 2025 PFIN index. About 70% of people age 65 will eventually need long-term care help with bathing, dressing, eating, or mobility. Healthcare, healthcare personal consumption reached about 3.74 trillion in March 2026, rising 277.7 billion year over year. The personal savings rate fell 6.2% in 2024 to 4.0 in 2026, reducing household cushions for unexpected care costs. Medicare generally does not cover long-term care, custodial care. So most ongoing care costs fall to individuals, families, or Medicaid after asset spend down. Why this matters now. Underestimating long-term care risk leads to underfunded retirements, greater reliance on family caregivers, and earlier Medicaid enrollments. With healthcare costs, spending accelerating, and savings rates declining, this mismatch between expectations and reality can force retirees to liquidate assets or accept lower quality care. Quick planning guide. What to do next. Key considerations. Expect years of retirement, local costs for home care, assisted living, nursing homes, family caregiving, capacity, insurance options. Qualifying questions to answer now. How long do you expect to live in retirement? Estimate life expectancy at 65. What are your what are you what are current local costs for 1 year of home care and assisted living? Get regional quotes. Do you have existing long-term care insurance or hybrid policies? Decision points. Increase retirement savings. Compare LTC insurance versus hybrid annuity. Products. Document care preferences and legal power of attorneys. risk trade offs, and practical steps. Risks outliving savings, caregiver burnout, loss of choice, it forced if forced into Medicaid. Practical steps. Model 1 to 3 year realistic care scenarios and price them locally. Consider insurance options, traditional LTC, hybrid life LTC annuities, and compare premiums versus expected out of pocket exposure. Boost emergency and retirement savings, even modestly, to improve resilience. Review legal documents, advance directives, durable power of attorneys to reduce friction late. Bottom line, it's not a trivia gap, it's a financial vulnerability. Knowing the true odds and action now save more model cost, evaluate insurance, and document preferences. Master maternally improves the odds of a secure, defined, dignified retirement. Okay, guys, that's A for you. I will be back on with B shortly. Give me a bit for B, please. And I'll be back on with that for you. For now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.